Hey, and welcome to the first in a series of cleaning up audio in Adobe Audition. This week we're going to be looking at cleaning up audio from a camera. You know, it's common for people to shoot with a DSLR, iPhone, video camera, and just use the built-in mic. It's obviously not the best solution, but you know, a lot of times you don't have a choice, so we're just going to look at how you would fix that. And we're going to use noise reduction in Adobe Audition. So I've got two clips here in Premiere Pro, and let's just play them real quick. Inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. Again, I'm using a DSLR with just the camera mic to record my audio. So I've got a lot of air conditioning sound in that clip, and then this clip is outside. And test outside DSLR on camera audio. And it's got a very high pitched kind of crickety sound. So we're going to work on both of these. We're going to send them over individually. I'm going to click on my first video clip here, and it's important for your cursor to be over the video and not the audio. You're going to right click and say Edit Clip in Adobe Audition. This little render and replace dialog comes up. It's going to replace what we have now with the audio that we clean up in Audition. Just as a safety, you could duplicate your sequence before you send it over in case, you know, later on you decide you don't like what you did in Audition. So this is the default workspace. We have the waveform, which shows us amplitude. We can see that this is louder than this part here. And then this is the spectral analysis. This actually shows us the frequencies. So we can see low, mids, and highs. And then this is me speaking, this red and yellow. And then this is actually noise. So let's just select this, and you can listen to it. So that's what noise sounds like. And if you don't see this for some reason, click the little spectral analysis button. But by default, you should see both of them, the waveform and spectral analysis. So what we need to do here is find a good area to sample. So I'm going to come over here towards the end, and you want to try to get, if you can, you know, 4 or 5 seconds. The more the better. If you're shooting this stuff, get in the habit of, you know, giving yourself some pre-roll or post-roll, or if other people are shooting it for you, just tell them, you know, just don't start recording at the beginning because you need a little area to get a noise print. So I'm just going to play it. Okay, so you just want to play it and make sure that it's just clean background noise. I'm going to go to Effects, Noise Reduction Process, and I'm going to reset this. You will see it at default. Mine was custom because I had done something before with it. So the first step is to click Capture Noise Print. And now it's looked at that as the noise, and now you want to say Select Entire File. Now it's going to look at everything. The reason you want to make a better selection is, I'll just show you. If you do a short selection and click Capture Noise Print, see how these are closer together? So if the larger you get, basically the better sample you're going to get. So just remember that. So select entire file, and let's just hear what it did. This is an inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. Again, I'm using a DSLR with just the... Okay, so it did a pretty good job. It's a little reverby sounding, and I'm going to drop the reduction a little bit. So as I play it, I'm just going to kind of go from all the noise to less noise and just kind of, you know, do it by ear. Camera mic to record my audio. This is an inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background again. Okay, so I'm going to go down to this precision factor, and if we take this up to 10, it should get rid of some of the reverb. And if you want to, this is actually something that's worth reading on if you want to go to the online Adobe help for Adobe Audition and look at the stuff for noise reduction. Or you can also just put your cursor over here and it will tell you what it's doing. It's basically saying it's increasing the resolution but more processing time. So let's try 10. This is an inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. Okay, that helped. You could also play with spectral decay rate. If I take this up to 100, you'll hear a lot of noise. And then what I do a lot is I just kind of eyeball it or earball it. As I play it, I just kind of adjust it. This is an inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. Again, I'm using a DSLR. Okay. And if we just wanted to hear noise, again, we could click here. With just the camera mic to record. That's what we're removing. And just make sure you don't leave it clicked on here and apply, because if you do, it will just keep that. So uncheck that and then hit apply. And let's just play it. This is an inside test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. And you'll see down on the bottom left here, there's a history, just kind of like Photoshop or After Effects. So if you click on open, it would go back to it. This is an inside. And then click here to go back. Test. I'm in a room with an air conditioning in the background. Okay, we're gonna hit Command S to save it. Hit Command Tab to go back over, and we'll see our audio. Alright, so now we're going to send the other clip over that we did from outside. So select the video, right click on it, edit clip in Adobe Audition. We want to grab the largest part of ambient sound we can, so I'm going to grab this large section here. Going to go Effects, Noise Reduction Process, Capture Noise Print, and then say Select Entire File. And I set this back to the default so we can see what's going on with it. Recording a test outside DSLR on camera audio. It sounds okay, but again we've got that kind of I guess reverby delay sound, so I'm going to go to precision factor and make it 10, and that will clean that up. Recording a test outside DSLR on camera audio. That sounds pretty good. Recording a test outside DSLR on camera audio. And again, I tend to do the decay rate. I just play it and make adjustments to what sounds good. Recording a test outside DSLR on camera audio. Outside DSLR on camera audio. DSLR on camera audio. Okay, so we're gonna hit apply, and that does that. Again, Command S. Go back to Command Tab, and we come back and we have these two here. So that's the basic workflow for cleaning up noise. So next week we'll continue on. We'll look at EQ, and then we'll also look at dynamics, which is normalization and compression. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.